Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Nat Walsh. We are going to play with another image from, now I really get nervous with saying the name, so I'm really hoping I'm saying the name right. Mirtillamente. And some Prismacolor pencils, obviously because there's my chart. I do actually have more colours. I found out that I hadn't been colouring them in. So this, I will link below where to find this lady. She is out of clearly the Halloween range at the shop, and she comes in a couple of different ones because she's got, this one is the foot, because her foot is, so Sagetta, please forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Sagetta Stein foot. There's another one that's a shoe, with her shoe is a little bit different. And there is another one with the head. So they're all sort of got various wandering parts of their body. We are basically going to stick with three colours. I am going to use a little bit of Gamsol, especially on her dress, mostly on the dress. So we've zoomed in now, so that's a bit better. Just checking out my chart. So the colours that we've got for her dress are, now, of course, they're PC something. That doesn't stand for political correctness, but PC 901, indigo blue, 1008, which is Parma violet, 994, which is process red. They're actually going to be the colours that we're going to use for her dress here. So the trick is with pencils is to, well, some people like to, but I don't like to. They press really, really hard for their dress, for their colouring images. I like to layer up my colours because once the tooth of the cardstock is done, then that's it. You can't add any more. So I don't have Gamsol. What I have is odorless mineral spirits, which is just poured out a little bit in the lid of the bottle. We're just going to use the tip of that, and I will sharpen my little paper stub every now and then, and I just spilt it everywhere, so you know. Her shoes are going to be 935 black, 1056, which is warm, 70% warm grey, and 1054, which is 50% warm grey. So trying to get a little bit of variation. So pressing really, really lightly. Don't go very hard. So that's what I was getting at. I like to just press really, really lightly. And you can see with that one, I actually left some of the image not coloured in. So this way, just sharpen. Well, it's not sharpening. It's taking off the paper that's already stained. Especially when changing over to another colour from the dark, you don't particularly want to have a black on your white, hypothetically. This is back to some of the colours that we're using for the dress. So she's got some black and purpley sort of colour. So you really do need to swatch out your ink colours with this, with your pencil colours, because obviously in the dress there I said that we had process red. There's no red there, really. My camera is doing a little bit of funky things, so I do apologise with that. But the skin tone that we've got here, we're going to use a mixture of some French greys. So we've got 1074, which is the 70% French grey. We've got 1069, which is 20%, and 938, which is the white. This is why we're sort of keeping her with sort of the greyish tones, because we are talking about Halloween here. Yeah. So Halloween does come up with some a little bit more greyish skin tones than our normal pink rosy cheek ones. You can also use the white pencil to blend colours all through as well. but I didn't want to sort of mute those down a little bit. I just wanted to keep them as is. And I'm a little bit low, I know, but it's only a shoe, or the skin that's peeking out through the shoe. So all of it's pretty much colored the same way. We're thinking about our shadows. And sorry, I really don't know why my camera's being weird. I hope you can't see that. I hope it's just in editing that it is doing something weird, because it wasn't doing it before. Anyway, so underneath her hairline is going to be a little bit darker, because you would think that her hairline will put some shadow on her face. So she looks much grayer than she does in real life. She doesn't look quite that grey, but that's okay. We're going to work with it. Just blending that through with a little odorless mineral solvent, I think it's called. I could get up and go and find it, but I will link that down below. It will all be over in my blog post, so just go over there and have a look, and then you'll get all the numbers. So you can see in my hand there, they aren't as grey as what they appear on once they're coloured in. Some little bit of silver for the bolts. The bolts and the goggles were 949. And we're going to have a little bit of a different skin tone. She's going a little bit yellow for her hair. We've got 945 for sienna brown, which is the darkest color that we've got there. We've got 1033 mineral orange. Then we have 917 for sunburst yellow. There's our mineral orange. So we're going to blend that and have that highlights of just the yellow. I'm keeping it relatively simple with just doing a tiny little bit in each of the, I'm going to say strands of the hair, but it's not really strands. You know what I mean? She's got some cool things happening with her hair. They're almost like dreadlocks. I'm not sure if that's the way they were meant to be coloured, and I'm sorry, I'm really, really low. Yet again, I will figure that out. There we go. And we're just going over the whole lot with the yellow. So she's going to be a little bit of blonde, a little bit of a blondie today. So this image was the last in the Halloween series. We were given an extra image to play with, and this one was mine. So I'm not at the point of me doing this voiceover. I'm not sure what the boss is doing with the images, but she was going to put them all together and do something special. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. This is the same silver that we had, just trying to find the number, 940. I just got a little bit of blue slate, which is 1024 for her eyes. I just had a little something on there, so I just used a white pencil to go over the top of it, and it cleared it up beautifully. A little bit of black soot just around the edge because she was looking a little bit too nice and clean. So for a Halloween image, we didn't really want that. We want something a little bit more. Just quickly going around. This is just the distress ink, so you have to be a little bit careful. A little bit more careful than, say, the oxides, but I'm just using a brush here, which makes it so much easier. I've actually gotten really used to using a brush compared to the foam that we used to always use. I don't know if anyone else is the same as that, but I'll clean that up later. I just felt like it needed to be a little bit stronger just on the very edge, so we've just gone around the edges with that, which you're not going to see too much, but you can see in real life. The last thing I'm really going to do is just find some nice yummy purple. I thought we'd check out the purple range to blend it in with the dress. Don't worry about the center because we don't waste cardstock here. You're never going to know that I've got a whole, well, you guys all know because you've seen the card, but no one who receives this card is ever going to know the difference. Finish that off with a little bit of glue, and that's our card. So pretty clean and simple. I like my cards to be relatively clean and simple. I like the colouring to be on the focus of everything. A little bit of glossy accents on her goggles, just in the centre where the glass would be, just to make it a little bit shiny. And that is it. That's my card. I hope you are well. Take care. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.